Okay. Hey everyone, and welcome to Scoot Friday. I am with our loyal servant, Monsieur Ewa Peke. How are you doing today, Ewa?
I'm great. What about you, sales guru?
Sales Guru is doing well. Sales Guru is going well. It's a busy time. We launched Black Friday sales this week, so it's always very exciting, and it seems to never end. It's like you go through summer. Summer is always crazy. So and then now we go through end of year sales, which is a crazy period as well, while preparing for next year. So it's always busy, but always fun, and all going well. How is it on your side? It's not, I mean, you were in China a few weeks ago, so you're over the
Yeah,
jet lag. How are you feeling?
yeah. First week, I'm over the jet lag, so that's great. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling good. It's good to be back in the office and with everyone on my team. We play a lot of Super Smash on the Nintendo Switch, so it's great to see that I just got better in China, and I still have the number one
Yeah,
in the leaderboard. So.
nice. Yeah, the leaderboard's amazing. So I'm just seeing in the comments, David Bishop is in Australia and it's 4 a.m. and he's on Scoot Friday. David, you deserve an award, my friend. 4 a.m. You can just FaceTime Elwa in a day and he'll answer. I can put his number on the chat here for everyone just so you have access. But hi everyone to the normal suspects. I see Cha, David, Marty, Austin. Thanks everybody for joining. Guys, today honestly we don't have crazy updates. What we're gonna do is just have answer most questions, share a bit of like fun stuff that we share with the team in terms of milestones with its software upgrades, some really cool stuff that OWA's working on with the team in terms of tracking, and then we're just going to keep it nice and open. So any topics of discussion you guys want to chat about, we're here and super happy to go through. So first of all, like I just quickly mentioned, our Black Friday sales did start last week. These are by far the best prices you'll ever get on our scooters for the whole year. As you can tell, the seasonality comes into effect, and yeah, it's just a time to give the best pricing overall. Reassurance in terms of no new scooters coming very soon, because some people always get scared about that. But again, just really good deals overall. So you'll see we have a Pro and an Air bundle for only 3,699, which is great. So you can ride with your wife or your kid or your husband or whatever you want, which is really nice. You also have anyway, you have all these really good deals, and then with the Phantom 2.0 pre-order, which is selling really well, which is nearly finished as well in terms of sales on the pre-order side. You have a free steering dampener and a hoodie, which are also nearly gone. So go get those if you're thinking about it, or if you have any questions, our team is always here and happy to help. So let's go into a few cool things that we were showing the team. For those of you who are unaware, our mission as a company is to reach 1 billion kilometers ridden on the Proto scooters. So that really is our go-to. And how we do that is essentially by tracking all our scooters. So Elwa, with the incredible Mac technology and controller that he's developed with the team, has all these insights into the riding. And this month, I'll let Elwa take over the slide, but this month, here are the results. So Elwa, what is this? Can you give some context?
Yeah, so right now we're doing about 1 million kilometer a month, which it's actually a bit more than that, which is awesome given that we are already in November. So I cannot wait to see next year. And it's interesting that you can see the ramp up, right? Like if we compare to last time, at the same time last year, right? We were at a total of
2.5.
2.5 million kilometers, and now we do half of this is in 1 month. Well, before it took us almost a year to get there, so it's gonna be, if we can keep the same I guess curve for next year, it's I'm confident we're gonna reach 1 billion maybe by 2027. Who knows? And yeah,
2027,
million
that would be
kilometers, right? I think we calculated, yes, like we have here, it's It offset the emission equivalent to 100 passenger car that would be produced in a year, the amount of CO2. So it's nice to see that in some way we do make a difference in
Hmm.
pollution.
And it's also important to note, I guess, like, yes, we have been in the scooter market since 2018, 2019, but all of those scooters were not like we don't count those because it's essentially just it didn't have the controller. We can track it through a GPS or the app. So these are really only for like the scooters starting pretty much last year or this year, last year, right? So the 2023 models. But which is really nice to see again, to be able to say like we've taken off emissions of 100 cars in a full year is absolutely insane. So some really cool updates on that. What else was interesting here? I'll just quickly show. I think it was more on the hardware side. What do you want to quickly go to? This one.
Yeah, so we started putting a secret recipe inside our batteries. You can start the video. Click twice. Yeah. All right. So on the Phantom 2.0, there's gonna be a middle case on the battery. There's a middle case now. There's a switch, turn on, turn off the battery, so it's easier when you install it. There's no spark. But now that we have a sealed middle casing on the battery, well, that's gonna allow us to basically add this thing here, which is anti-fire gel, as you see in the title. So in yeah, and this add 2.5 kilos to the battery. But in case there would be a fire for I don't know what reason, with this it would be more contained inside the pack itself. And this is what they've been using in electric cars. I know at least I know for Tesla, when they open the battery pack, it's full of this material. So it's pretty cool that we're able to put this on our scooters. For now, it's only the one with the middle casing for obvious reason. And we hope that down the line we can introduce those kind of casing across all the models and have this as well. So yeah, pretty
I
happy
think
about
that's
that.
honestly that's game changing technology. Anyway, I think that's going to be probably a norm for all scooters moving forward. I know we're still looking into it, but just imagine the safety aspect of that is just unbelievable. So yeah, it's really cool.
Yes. And also the lights. So this we got to ride the 2.0, the final version when I was in China. This is in China, and you can see how insanely bright it is. So the headlight super powerful, as you can see. So finally we have a great headlight, and the light on the body are just out of this world. And what's very interesting in this video is the new turning signals as well. So now I'm gonna put the right one, but look, when I put the left one, look at on the floor. See, that's crazy. It's insane. Just the turning signals are more powerful than pretty much any lights on any other scooter. So it's fantastic. So I'm
Where's that coming from? That's coming from the handlebar.
It's coming from the handlebar. Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow, it's like a beautiful line, huh?
Yeah, it is
Cool.
crazy. And again, those are the new turning signals that are protected if you drop the scoot. So yeah, it's fantastic. We're gonna be releasing a vlog soon that shows the whole trip to China. So you're gonna see the journey from the mold all the way to being able to ride the scooter outside and all the challenge that came with it. There was quite a bit. So keep an eye open for this video. It's gonna drop next week.
Honestly, man, even the lights. Like yesterday, I was riding my Pro all the way downtown in Toronto because it's like it takes 50 minutes by car to get to downtown from where I am. Or by scooter, it takes me 22 minutes, which is ridiculous. But on the way back, it was like 8 p.m. And all the lights, and man, like every single person looks at you. Like everyone looks like being like, "What the hell is that? Is a spacecraft, whatever?" And already the lights are like, in my opinion, already like quite bright, right?
Are you sure they're looking at the scooter and not you? They're like the sales
Thank you.
guru.
Thank you. There we
In
go.
Toronto.
Is that the sales guru? Definitely not. But it's just so cool. It's yeah, I can't imagine the Phantom, and it's like because what percentage brighter do you think it is from the Pro?
Like 200%. It's like the stem of the Go, So it's like it's
Man,
too
I
much.
love it.
We've said it, right? It's gonna be too much, and at least now you can turn it on and off quickly with the handlebar. It cannot be dim, but hey, we're always over the top at Apollo, so it fits right in.
I love it. I think it can never be too much. For those of you who haven't seen as well, we have new software as well. Matt, do you mind sharing the screen? Thank you. Oh, do you want to give it a context on this one?
Yeah, so as you know, we're always improving the app. Right now it's at 3.15 that went live. We improved the pin reset flow. So now it should not ask you for any pin anymore if you are the owner. So that's fantastic. It was creating quite a bit of requests for us for customer service. We have ownership now, so if you want to lend your scooter to a friend, you can do it. If somebody steals it, now you can mark it as stolen, and I'm going to find it for you. And so far it's working pretty well. iOS dashboard improvement, there's a landscape, there's a temperature. We removed the buttons at the bottom of the page. And 2025 scooter support, like a Phantom 2.0 and the new ones we're going to introduce now, it's supported in the app. And what is in beta right now testing, we have the leaderboard. So that has been requested for a while. So the V1 is coming. The share ride is fantastic. Now you're going to be able to share a ride like we showed, I believe, last week in the live. And in-app factory reset light colors, that's for the pro. It was hard to reset before to like the pure white. It was blue. So yeah, that's what we have. So if we start the video,
I was actually going to show anyway. Let me go to the video here. Can I show the new dashboard, Elwar? Is that okay?
You mean the share ride?
Yeah.
Sure. I think it's what is in this video.
Okay, so this is. So just like essentially. Yeah.
We have this feature that's like the Relive app. So now it's gonna trace where you went, and you see the speed at the bottom right. So that's nice. You have the model of the scooter. If you click on it, it's gonna bring you to the webpage of that product. You have the date, you have the time, you have the distance, and then you have the weather as well. And when you click on the weather, you have all the possible information you can wish from the weather, the pressure, the humidity, and everything, which you probably don't care, but customer service do care about those things. And then the stats, here finally you have access to every single sensor on the scooter. You can see the maximum output of the controller, the temperature of the battery in some case, the controller, the motors, the voltage, the battery percentage, the amount of amps that is being pushed, the speed, the gear that you're in, everything, and it looks like a mess, but you can click and drag and select and just like focus on certain area like this, so if you are curious about your rides, well, now you have full visibility on it, so that's fantastic. And you can imagine the data that we accumulate by having like the 1 million kilometers a month like this. We're able to feed all of this, let's say, in the AI, and soon we're going to be able to in advance tell you what's wrong with your scooter, if anything, or even when we want to configure our controller to improve the motor spinning like algorithm. Well, now we have all the details. So this is really great for us, for diagnosis, for you if you're curious about what is really the maximum output of my scooter. It's just cool.
Yeah.
It's just a cool thing.
By the way, everybody has this. So like this is actually, once I did the ride yesterday on the app, I just click on it, and then on the top right I put share, and then you can see the whole thing. But I agree, it's like it's so cool for like, this is my favorite part, like the weather. It's like feels like pressure, humidity, visibility, wind speed, direction, like it's ridiculous.
And you have elevation at the bottom, or is it there? I think it's in the next version. You have elevation in the graph, so you can see the correlation between the battery dragging. It's going to be with the sensor data, so you can see like the correlation between the temperature and the elevation and everything. So again, it's going to offer you even more insight.
That's amazing. I think that actually be really cool. And it's just crazy. Like I rode my scooter yesterday a bit like a madman. Like, and it still just hit 61 degrees Celsius. Like, anyway, it's a good thing you don't see traffic light colors here, because anyway. No, it's really, honestly, it's my favorite part of the app right now. It's so cool. Was there anything else we wanted to share? I think that's pretty much it, no?
I think that's pretty much it. We can look at the questions or the comments. Chowdrologist put 2,000 miles on his goal already.
Man, that's crazy.
It is crazy, yeah. Putting and there he shared some videos on YouTube as well. If you're curious, great like writing videos. It's nice to see. Um, we have Martin Brenner asking, what do you think the range is going to be on the Phantom 2.0 versus the Pro? Fairly similar. The battery is a bit smaller at 52 volt, 27 Ah versus the 30 Ah. But it's going to be interesting to see the impact of the smaller diameter wheel on the range. I don't know if it's going to be more or less, but for a fact, for the same controller, which is 52 volt 30 amp for the Mac 2, you have more acceleration on the A11. So that's nice, but for the range, I'm not sure yet. From Chalk Geologist, perfectly engineered e-scooter. That's a quote we should keep and put on the webpage.
Yeah.
From Austin, Apollo Pro, even with the new latch still coming loose too frequently, any solution for this? I would need to see which latch do you have, because we have new one, but I sent it to like 4 people. That some of them are in this chat, so I don't think it's this one that you have. For the latch, what we did a new one that's going to be retro compatible, and the new one has a double safety system, meaning that even if like the hook would open for some reason, even if everything was breaking, this thing would hold it down. So our goal is to make it available for everyone as of maybe Feb, because I'm going to produce those latch at the same time as the production of the Phantom 2.0. So by the time we get it here, maybe around Feb. So it's coming, Austin. Maybe next week we can show. I have a video of this new latch, and it's fantastic. So we'll share it with you. It's important to note too that those latch challenge are never on the Go or any other models. They're on the Pro, because the Pro, the stem is longer. The stem being longer, you have the leverage effect on the full lane mechanism that create additional pressure and stress, as you can imagine, compared to the Go. That well, it's shorter. How the way that the neck is made and everything, it allows to be shorter. And there is an inner structure inside the Go, but also the Pro. But the inner structure inside the Go allow for less flex on the stem itself, resulting in less leverage effect at the bottom. From Martin Brenner, are early access unit actually going to arrive at Rider's Home in 7 days? No, they're gonna be shipped on the 11. We shipped all the batteries already. I need to make a video how to install it. The units itself are supposed to ship on the 11 or 12. We had some challenge with the handlebar. And then I don't know, it's going to take a week or 2 weeks for you to get it. But they are all assembled. So you just handlebar missing. We're going to publish some pictures next week. All right, from Chow Geologist. How long do you think your scooter wheel can stay bolted in without any adjustment? My Apollo Go is 2,000 miles, but I haven't performed any tightening on the wheel bolt yet.
Please don't try.
The best way to answer this is in the manual. We have a manual section, a maintenance table section that we do mention this one. I think you can check it every 500 kilometers. I will say the Go is a bit special because the rear motor is being held by like a screws going inside the motor with special washer versus having big nuts. So maybe check the rear one. But yeah, it's I always check mine every ride. I just make sure like it's tight with my hand. I'm gonna feel it if it spins. But they're never loose. So it's a good question. I think we recommend every 250 or 500 kilometers to be sure. From Ripley, when are you going to activate the GPS feature of the Apollo Pro? It's activated and running. We have a couple hundred people using it at the moment. We stopped, I think, selling the IoT because we're moving towards another platform, right? It's going to be Apple Find My. And honestly, it is complicated to do IoT. I think we did this with a goal of like putting it in every scooter, and it was going to be this huge thing. But there's a couple issues, right? The maintenance of this thing, okay, it's one part. I need staff like dedicated to that. The other part is the cost of the IoT itself and the SIM cards. It's just not something that people would be willing to pay for in the city or the Go from the factory, at least, baked in the price. So we made the decision to remove it. Now it's just a Pro that has it. Now it's an accessory to on the Pro. So it's easier to go with Apple Find My, to be honest, and it's free. So for now, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. From Nervom 3, When will CD23 have capability for turn signal blinking adjustment? It's been promised for a while now. So in the 3.16 version of the app, we do support, we need to update the display of the scooter. We do support this function on iOS, surprisingly, because usually it's always Android first. So it's coming. We tested, it works and everything. So yes, we haven't forgotten about that at all. From Chowjo Logis. Yes, I got the new display output timer with custom cutoff time adjustment increment to a single minute. We need for more battery percentage cutoff BMS. No need for battery percentage cutoff BMS anymore. Indeed. So we found this BMS. Again, it's a question of cost, to be honest. So we decided to basically make chargers that's going to have this feature to be able to limit how fast it's going to charge, but also to charge it to maybe 80% to the max, So the chargers, we just passed a big order for all of them. So next year, you're going to be able to decide how fast and how much you want to charge your scooter by. From DRGB, still loving my Beta Pro, but can't wait for my Stellar. Thanks for continuing to move forward. Well, it's a real pleasure. If you're excited about this, again, you're going to see the video we posted of going to China, and you're going to get excited. You see the Stellar, the tags and everything. I'm getting the battery of the Stellar next week, and I asked them to like laser tag a giant Stellar logo on the battery. It looks so cool. I would show you now, but I'm literally filming with my phone, so I can't. It's coming. We're gonna have so many nice videos about those two scooters. Can't wait to show you. From Roller, tell us about USB-C on Apollo Phantom 2.0. Will it have fast charging like 30 watt, or will it be slow like 5 watt? It's better than that. There is no USB-C. So
I know. I was gonna say, where do you get this from?
No USB-C. What I'm doing right now, I'm looking to put USB-C maybe as a charge port for smaller models. It's not easy though. And USB-C with UL, it seems to be some conflict of like how. Anyway, long story short, on scooters you're not supposed to. I'm not even gonna say it, but there's challenges that are implicated for this. But there will be no outlet to charge anything on the Phantom 2.0. If you want to charge something, we have the headlight now with the USB-C output to charge your thing. I would say this is probably your best option because, yeah. From Chowdrologist, will the Apollo Go get its own handlebar extender for mounting accessories like a brighter headlight? Won't be a bad idea for Apollo best-selling e-scooter. So it does fit the one we have on the Apollo Go, the handlebar extender. We put longer screws, and it should be able to fit on both sides of the throttles. We designed custom bracket for the mirrors as well. So if they do not fit, we do have those brackets already made that we could just put. So, but they should fit. Yes. From Keith Lowe, hey, it's been a while. I saw with the new app update, we can change the number of seconds for the turning signal, but it doesn't seem to update on the actual scooter. Maybe you can let me know, Keith, which scooter you have. I believe you have the Beta Pro. If it's the case, it's because your display is not updated. But let me know, because at the very least, the app should not even show you this option if it's not available for you. So please just let me know. Here. All right. From Martin Brenner. The app shows cost saving based only upon gas price. What about the other cost save? For example, the US federal mileage rate are between 14 to 67 cents a mile. Yeah, it's a good. Indeed, and I was looking at the cost of maintenance of a car as well. When you add up all those things, it's a bit more. I think we're just gonna add editable field. For us, it's a simple calculation. So we could put whatever you want. Cost of the lease of your car that we divide like by days of the month or whatever. The cost of gas should be able to be adjusted by you as well. Maybe even putting the cost of electricity. That it costs to charge your scooter. It would be interesting to know how much does it cost to charge your scooter, right? Here it's like 5 cents, but we are the cheapest in the world in Quebec. So yeah, we're gonna add more field to make this editable. Indeed, maybe Martin, you can send me by email a list of things you would like to be able to edit for those calculations. From Sky Gunner, we are still unable to reserve the Apollo Phantom 2.0 Stellar or purchase accessories in Arcage, Alaska through Best Buy or Apollo.
Yes. So the reason is, I believe, Best Buy cannot launch products that are early on. Anyway, long story short, first question is, I don't know if we're going to actually be selling the Phantom in Best Buy. It's still a question internally that we're looking at, because the Phantom is a very high-end product. So we might just stick to the Air, City, and Go. But that you should still be able to buy the Phantom from Alaska on our websites. What we would do, Skygunner, it's like we have to double check, because I know it has to go by air, but just write us a message and we can see if we can actually do a unique case for you here, because I know it does get a bit complicated. So just send a message to the team and we'll look into it.
All right. We have from Chalk Geologist. Already have an empty angle grinder lock for my Apollo Go, so night impossible for it to be stolen. I never leave it out at night. Well, yeah, that's important. Adding the weather is an awesome feature from Skygunner. Indeed, it is awesome. I think elevation for me is going to be the next one, because like it's interesting to track the distance, that people travel. But what about the elevation cumulative that everybody traveled? Like by month, are we going to go like 5 times the Mount Everest, or something like that? It'd be interesting. Martin Brenner, this retrace the story thing scares me. I can't use my scooter for my murder for hire business anymore. The cops can trace my movement. It's all highly encrypted behind the blockchain, so it's not.
But we can see that, Marty, you were at 2 a.m. driving somewhere a bit sketchy. But anyway, we'll keep that for ourselves.
From the strip club, actually. No, it's not true.
No. All data is encrypted, yeah.
From Austin Feinberg, the website has the Stellar and the regular Phantom 2.0 as both being 95 pounds. Shouldn't the standard 2.0 less weight? Indeed, the one. So I weighted it at the factory when I was there, and it's actually a bit lighter than this, the 52. The 60, yeah, it's a bit heavier, but we don't know. It's an estimation. It's maybe like 1 or 2 pounds heavier. It's not going to be something like 10 pounds heavier. I believe when I weighted it, though, there was not the special gel in the battery inside, so maybe plus minus 5 pounds. But we are in those zone, even with the 60 pound. It is very light for those specs. If we compare to the GT2, the Segway, it's 127, I think. So it's still very much portable. I'm having a dilemma, actually. We always make your scooter that when you fold it, you can lock it right inside the deck to be able to carry it. For the Phantom 2.0, there is some challenge with this, to not go into too many details. Maybe you can tell me in the comment, do you actually care for this feature? For me, I always lift it by the neck and the back, because if I lift it by the stem, it's too far from your body and you're going to mess up your back, right? But the reason why I care about this feature is for when I put it in the car, I don't want the thing to swing left and right? So should we put this feature that maybe we specify that it's just, to not lift it by there, but to just put it in the car, because there's some weight, like a limit that we can put on a latch like this? Or maybe you don't even care, if we look at the InMotion RS or the Segway GT2 or the Segway ST1, then none of them lock when folded. I don't even know if the Nami Klima actually lock. So do you even care about this feature? Please let me know in the comment, because I'm not sure if we're going to put it. The beta will add it, though. From Roller, tell us about the USB-C. We covered that. From Brian Wikis. Is it possible to upgrade the display unit on the Phantom 60 volt to the new display on the V3? No, because you need a controller, come cable. Like there's a couple of things that are needed to have the Phantom on the V3. So no, it is currently not possible. Are you going to make a steering damper for the Apollo Pro? No, I tried to do it, but it needs to be pre-drilled if you want something solid. Some people sometimes make this bracket that you can adapt. Nami did this for one of their model, and it's sliding on the neck, which is understandable. I don't want that. And the Pro, it would be weird. So in pretty much all the new scooters, I pre-drilled the hole for this. Sorry, but on this on the current Apollo Pro, no, it's going to be it's not going to be possible at the moment. I'm sure one of you can do it with a CNC and we can just put the file, but we're not going to release it under Apollo at least. All right, from Roller, Apollo Lock, I believe, will be released in 2025, and it will be compatible with Apollo Phantom 2.0. And will there be any problem with installation due to the rubber latch that is now on all new scooters? If I understand the question correctly, Roller is asking if the new Apollo Lock is going to be compatible with the Phantom 2.0. Long story short, yes, it will be. It's the same stem shape as the Pro, as it's ultra solid. We never saw a single failure on this stem. So it's going to be compatible, yes, and it's compatible with the Phantom as well. It's compatible with all the models. But now you just remind me, maybe not the new I need to add another bracket. All right, so thank you for asking this question.
Okay, let's quickly power through these few last ones. Will YouTubers have access to the Phantom 2.0 for reviews before release date? Yes, they will. Only very select few, unfortunately, just because of the quantities and cost of it overall. So I think there'll be like 3 YouTubers overall. That's a big one. And Jake E, is it best to buy Apollo products from Best Buy or direct from Apollo? Jake, it depends on you, like whatever you're more comfortable with. Both channels have great support, the same warranty, and everything else. So there isn't a preference. It's just if there's a Best Buy physically located next to you, get it from Best Buy. If you're not close to a Best Buy, just get it online from Apollo. But again, we have no preference. You know, Best Buy is a great partner, so doesn't really matter for us. Sorry, I took over those 2 ones. There was a small, I think.
I can say because there's a decent amount of questions. So
yeah, okay. I gotta jump off, but thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye. All right, so we continue. Keith, it is noted you have the Pro beta. So same thing with the app version and the beta testing now. We're gonna be able to upgrade your display, and then you're gonna gain all the features, including this one. So yes, Matthew, if you can just take a note for me to remove this option for the beta user at least now, so they don't see it, that would be appreciated. All right. What else do we have here? From Austin, charging time for the 2.0 Stellar is stated at over 10 hours. Will there be a fast charging solution for this too? 4 to 5 hours. Well, the fastest charger I'm going to do is 5 amp. The scooter is 30 amp hour. So this is what, 6 hours? So there you go. It's going to be 6 hours, the fastest you can do. From Austin again, for the crowd, if anyone is doing the Stellar beta, let me know. I want to try it once before my pre-order comes in June. Oh, everybody, let Austin know. From Chow Geologist, yes, I will perform my first wheel adjustment today on my front wheel. Then, okay, yeah. But also clean out the bearings and lube them. Yes, they are sealed, you know. So if there's no noise, don't even lube them because you have more chance of introducing sand in it. So I would say if they are okay, don't touch them. All right. No cover charge for scooter rider at the Gentleman Club. From Borealis Night. I'm gonna have to rewatch later. You'll have to find my comment question, if any, in the comments later. Have a good day, folks. Noted, Borealis. All right. What else? Martin Brenner, answering my question about the latch. Latch is a big deal for the car. One of my issues that I really miss on the Pro beta. Yes, indeed. Indeed it is. Huh? A couple of scratches in my car because of the Pro beta. Maybe Alaska could drive and pick it up on our side of the border at UPS or something. Yes. It's a long drive. From Sky Gunner. I appreciate the help with obtaining the Stellar in Anchorage. It's probably the wrong way to say it. I would really like to add the Stellar to my Pro. We'll try to check out with Apollo. It won't let me. I will start bugging Apollo. Yeah, so we do have more and more requests to ship there, and even Hawaii. So yes, I hope we can send some there. How do the mechanical disc brake performance compare to that of the hydraulic? That's an excellent question. I haven't ridden the Phantom 2.0 Stellar yet. I made the Mach 3 controller version for the Pro. There's a YouTube video about it that you can go check out. But for the Phantom 2.0, we don't have the prototype yet. It's going to ship soon. And the one I tried on the Pro were Zoom brakes. There's nothing more classic than Zoom brakes. Works really well. But they are one piston, right? Or at least two piston, one on each side. The new one is 4 piston, 2 and 2. That's going to grip on the disc. So I don't know. I don't know how good it's going to be. I expect it to be phenomenal. Something that did shock me when I was in China is, I was pushing the team to find thicker discs so they don't get bent during shipping, or even they don't warp when they get hot. They were so thick, usually a disc, you can take it and like bend it a little bit like this. You see a bit of flex. This one, rock solid. You couldn't move them. So yes, I'm gonna let you know. I saw the hydraulic brake though, like the anodized orange Apollo. They're beautiful, beautiful piece of hardware. David Bishop, right? I am back. What did I miss? A bunch of interesting questions. So rewatch it. From Ripley, why the Apollo website says the Apollo Phantom wheel size is 10 by 4, but in the full specification part, it says 11 by 4. The person running the show behind is Matthew, and he takes care of the website, so I'm sure he's going to go check it out now. It's 11 by 4. Thumbs up. It's 11 by 4, 11 inch in diameter, 4 inch width, and those tires are insane. On the beta production, they're going to be semi off-road, like knobby, but still with a nice thread. It's not just knobby that, they stick out like some off-road tires. They have like arrows basically. So it's still super comfortable, and you get that sound, like this, which I love with those tires. So 52 volts going to come by default with this. The 60 volts going to come by default with like the racing tires, the one that you saw in ESG, Electric Scooter Guide, their review. So it's those are the tires we're aiming for, and yeah, yes. All right, Borealis latch is needed for travel. I agree. Basically, the deal, guys, is that I'm making a 60 volt, so the body is longer, right, to be able to fit a longer battery. But you need a longer stem to be able to reach the button, right? So then I'm in a situation that the stem, I don't want a stem too high. When I was trying it in China, it was a bit too high, and I'm pretty tall, I'm 6'5". So if it's too tall for me, I cannot even imagine for, somebody like that's 5'8", for example. And the Pro we never heard any complaint that the Pro stem was too tall. So I was like, okay, we're going to do it the same height as the Pro, but then it's not high enough to go reach the button when you fold it, right? So the solution is to put a latch to lock it that's like this long, 13 centimeter, which is, it's long, right? So I don't want to have something like this sticking out, it's just weird, So I'm like, okay, do I just remove it? I don't know. That's why I'm wondering. So yeah. We will see. We will see with the beta what they say, if they like it or not, or if it's weird. David Bishop. Oh, question. Seeing Scooter Out are not doing the Black Friday deal in Australia. Is Amazon Australia a possibility? That was more a question for Chris. That's a great question. They are indeed not doing the deals at the moment. I believe there is a lot of exciting things to come in the future, so keep an eye open. Keith Lowe, thanks, Edouard. Do I need to reach CX, or will you create a ticket for me? Yeah, Keith, reach out to CX, but right now it's more a problem in it's just a backend thing, so it's more on the side of my team, and when it's going to be available, you're going to see it in the app, like you can update the display, so just hang tight, but it's going to come. Still waiting for my Indiegogo lock from Borealis. Well, I went to China, I think a trip ago or two, to fix the issues that we had with the lock. We made a fantastic video, how we test the lock, what happened, everything. And we're still editing that video. There was, again, a lot of things happening internally. So I would love for you to see this video so you can understand what happened and how we test it, because it's crazy how we test this lock. But good news, This lock is working way tighter than before. Everything, the spring, you press on the button and it's tight, nice tolerance. So it is coming. I know it's long. To be honest, was it worth doing a lock? Oh, probably not, right? It's so much easier to just buy it from a supplier, but we make beautiful things that are integrated, so we might as well try other product, right? And the lock is a complicated one. That's a part of it. So I'm sorry, but it is coming, and it's going to be worth it. And there's people using it, even the old one, to this day, and they seem to really understand and enjoy the principle of not having to take a lock with you out and lock it with the keys and everything. That it's always built in. It's so nice. And again, this coupled with Apple Find My, nobody's going to steal your scooter. So it is coming. I think maybe it's already landed. Maybe we already have them. From Austin Finberg, I've mentioned in a past stream that you need to come up with wheel block that can, basically a little rack to be able to carry it easily when you travel. Well, the good news with Apollo Pro is that it comes with in a big styrofoam in the box that you can literally take that styrofoam and put it in your trunk. So there's that. The Phantom 2.0 is going to be the same thing. And for the other models, indeed, we could. But, all those things, I see it as like, there's people in the community that did that, like for every models, like everything you want, the custom fender and everything, people did it, 3D printed. I think what I keep bringing up on our side of the team is we need to have a section on the website that people can download 3D printable thing. And for you to be able to upload it there, and just that would like open such a big part of the community. I believe myself, I designed a ton of things that I have downstairs for my scooters. So I would love to make it available for you. And that's one of them, so you can download the file, find a 3D printer, or if you have one, just 3D print it, and this is scalable, and way more compelling for all of you. But I agree, Austin, it would be a great addition to add. From David Bishop, by the way, what did you get any facial beauty treatment and your recent trip to China? Absolutely not. Every time we go, usually we get a little massage for the eyebrow, the ears, which is very strange. But this time, no. This time I was just working like a dog the whole time until the very last minute that the taxi was there. It was insane. This trip was draining. It really took me a good 3 weeks to recuperate, from it. Thanks for staying, Eloi. It's an absolute honor, guys. I'm surprised that you are staying, actually, to hear all of this. From IO68, any way to discharge a scooter? Want to keep it at 80%, but forgot to unplug. Any way for App City to set max charge percentage? Again, we answered that question so many times. We don't have a smart BMS right now that would allow you to do this. So it's going to be a charger that we're going to be releasing that you're going to be able to set it at 80%. For now, what we do internally, let's say when I want to test those kind of chargers, for example, put it on cruise control, let it spin until it reaches 80%. You check with the app. That's the best way to do it. We drain scooters from 100% to 0% like this in cycles. So it definitely works. With the wheels in the air, obviously. Photo by Ignacio. Let's go. Ripley, simple answer. Hydro is better, but more complicated in maintenance. Absolutely more complicated. And even manufacturing, guys. I went to visit one of those brake suppliers that do hydraulic brakes. And the QC process is insane of these things. They put all the fluid and really like seal the system and let it hang for like a week to see if it's leaking, and then you need to disassemble so you can fish it in the scooter. It's a very impressive process. I do have videos, by the way, of how to make hydraulic brakes from like literally the raw metal to the end. So maybe we can add this to the next video coming up. Actually, Matthew, please take a note of that as well. I'll add it to the video. When will the Phantom V2 off-road tire be available? So the Phantom 2.0 off-road tires are coming by default with the 52-volt version, and the Phantom 2.0. We are really trying to aim to have all the spare parts and upgrade available at the moment of the launch. It's a big point of focus for us. So hopefully, as soon as it launches, if you have the Stellar and you want those tires, you can get it, and vice versa. And for now, we're going to start with those two versions of the tires, and then probably add something really more off-road, like a knobby tires that are made for dirt. From David Bishop, any idea on the new portable model A12? a rough release date, I'm guessing. So A12 is the Apollo Pro code name, right? And the Phantom 2.0 is A11. The new one, the portable one that we are doing, to be honest, the A11, you're going to see it in the vlog we're going to release next week. There was a lot of challenge to fix. So all engineering power is focused on that rather than this model. And, we have some revamp coming on next year, little things. So it's focused more on that than the new model. The new model, we do have a prototype, like I said, at the office, but there's so many new things with it that I need all the brain power to be focused on that and not like on so many different projects. So it's sometime next year it's going to be released. It's a 2025 release. But again, lightweight scooter, but definitely slower, no suspension, so it's a complete different, it's the opposite end of the spectrum of Phantom 2.0. From Danny Wang, going 40 miles an hour, do the mechanical disc brake on the Phantom 2.0 base model have enough stopping power? If, say, a car were to suddenly cut in front of you, do they lever combine regen brake? They do combine regen brake. Again, I think we're the only company using 3 wires in the mechanical disc brake, meaning that if you press just a little bit, it's going to be a little bit of regen. If you press a lot, it's going to be a lot. So the response of the regen coupled with the mechanical, phenomenal. It do breaks really well from the one I tried when I was in China. And again, I was going to put drum brake on this thing, right? Not even disc brake, because the regen is enough, like all of you who rides the Pro knows. But we put this so nobody would complain. So yes, it is enough, 100%. Roller. And on this question, I'm excited to see the result from Electric Scooter Guide. They always do the braking result. So I'm excited to see how does it compare with all the other models in the charts. Roller. Are there any plans for the future Apollo Phantom 2.0 scooter to make a cutout on the rear tail like a Pro? I mean, many people like to fasten their scooter with a chain for reliability. No, there's not going to be a hole there just because of how the suspension is built. I need all the meat that the metals offer there. To lock the scooter on the 2.0, similar to the Pro, to lock it with the suspension arm is a good way. You have enough room. And that's it, to be honest. Suspension arm, front and rear, and maybe with the front neck. But there is not going to be a cutout, that's for sure. It's just not possible. Keith Lowe, thanks again. I will be waiting for the Stellar 2.0 also. Let's go. Have a great weekend for all the Apollo folks. Well, to you as well, Keith. All right. From Child Geologist asking if the wheel bolts are coming applied with Loctite. Absolutely. All of them. But yeah, if you remove it, you might as well reapply it. Maybe put blue Loctite. We put red from the factory, but if you put it again, it might be a bit too much. From David Bishop, Match is evil, working you like a dog. Eloi, shame on him. No, it's not Match fault. It's shortcoming in my design, so I'm gonna assume the blame for this. And to be honest, guys, it's a fun job. I go there and I'm having such a blast doing all of this. So it's again, I'm so excited for all of you to see the vlog because you're gonna understand. Okay, that's what it is when he goes there. That's how much of a shit show it is, to be honest. All right. From Austin, a question for you. You mentioned about the tire size, and Matthew says, I checked the site and can't see where you saw the 10x4 for the tires. Care to specify? Thank you. Thank you for your answer. The regen brake on my Goes works wonders. Over 95% of the time, I only use it. That's fantastic. Same thing for me. And 2 last question. Or not. No more questions for me. Thanks a lot for answering all our questions. Better let you get back and work it like a dog. You do that well. Mac can now put the balls and chain back on you. Okay. Thank you, David. And I'm excited for you to try the 2.0 in Australia. And have a good night. Ripley Apollo Scooters is a top feature. And spec go to the puncture guard technology, and there is going to be a text that says, okay, so Matthew, you have your answer here, where it is. So there we go, guys. I think it is the end. Whoops. Yeah, I think it is the end. Danny, it is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to everyone here. So what's coming in the next videos that I'm sure you're all going to be excited. Next week, we release the part 1 of the China trip vlog. The week after that, the part 2. The week after that, the walkthrough of the 52 volt version, the base version of the Phantom 2.0. In front of me in the office, unboxing finished product, what the beta are going to receive. And the week after that, hopefully, the Stellar version. So many exciting things to come, and I'll finally be able to show you all the latest software thing links to those scooters, which are insane. So there you go. And please send your question in advance for next week if you have any. I'll be here to answer them. Thank you, and bye bye.